The Middle East is experiencing increasing instability as Israel and Iran escalate their conflict. The situation has drawn global attention with multiple countries and militant groups joining in the hostilities. Israel has been engaged in a multi-front battle since October 7, 2023, fighting Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Houthi rebels in Yemen. The conflict began after Iran launched a two-wave ballistic missile attack responding to Israel's assassination of key leaders from Hamas and Hezbollah. Iran's missile strikes targeted Israel, specifically 3 military bases near Tel Aviv. While the majority of missiles were intercepted, Israel has promised a firm retaliation. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed Iran would pay for the strikes. The US has expressed ironclad support to Israel with a $20 billion weapons package approved by Washington. The conflict is dividing the Middle East and the world. Iran is backed by its allies, including Hamas, Hezbollah, and various other militias under the Axis of Resistance. On the other hand, Israel is supported by Western nations, including the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and its Arab neighbors such as Jordan and Saudi Arabia. While Saudi Arabia has urged for an immediate ceasefire, it has previously shared intelligence with Israel about Iranian threats. Qatar, despite attempting to mediate, has cordial relations with Iran and has provided shelter to Hamas leaders. The United States is firmly supporting Israel. US officials have warned Iran against further attacks and have vowed to continue backing Israel's military efforts. Israel's other Western allies, including the UK, France, and Germany, have all condemned Iran's attacks. Jordan and Saudi Arabia, both of which have diplomatic ties with Israel, are also supporting Israel's defense efforts, although with some reservations. Jordan in particular has sent aid to Gaza but continues to maintain peaceful relations with Israel. Iran, on the other hand, has stepped up its military activity in recent months, launching missile and drone attacks on Israel, often through its regional allies like Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthi rebels in Yemen. These actions have sparked concerns about a wider war in the region. Iran's allies, including Russia and China, have also backed Tehran in its efforts, further intensifying the global divide. Saudi Arabia, although not directly involved in the conflict, finds itself in a precarious position. While it has condemned Israel's actions against Hezbollah and Hamas, it has also worked behind the scenes to assist Israel, sharing intelligence regarding potential Iranian attacks. Despite signing a deal with Iran in 2023 to restore diplomatic ties, Saudi Arabia remains wary of Tehran's ambitions in the region. Meanwhile, Qatar has played a dual role, providing shelter to Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh while also trying to mediate between Israel and Hamas. Despite its best efforts, Qatar has been unable to broker a lasting peace deal, with the conflict spiraling out of control. Meanwhile, Qatar maintains strong ties with the United States, housing the largest American military base in the region, further complicating its position. Both Egypt and Jordan, which have historically maintained peace treaties with Israel, have found themselves in difficult positions. Egypt has kept its border with Gaza closed following a series of Israeli military actions, straining its relationship with Israel. Jordan, while continuing its diplomatic ties with Israel, has faced attacks on US military bases within its territory by Iranian-backed militias. Nevertheless, Jordan has provided humanitarian aid to Gaza, emphasizing its delicate role in the conflict. The Middle East is teetering on the edge of a larger war, with countries like the US, UK, and France backing Israel and Iran receiving support from Russia, China, and several militant groups. The Middle East is more divided than ever. As both Israel and Iran show no signs of backing down, the world watches closely, hoping that diplomatic solutions will prevail before the conflict spirals out of control.